Hi, Academy here, and today we'll be talking about a recommendation for manhwa or webtoon. And I'm talking about a sports manhwa that is so underrated that it completely isn't really known. I'm talking about Build Up by the creator 911. If you're tired of main characters getting magical video game systems or instantly becoming overpowered geniuses overnight, this video is for you, so stay tuned. So let's get right into it. So what's the setup? Our story revolves around Maru Kang. Maru starts out as a kind-hearted, soft-spoken, and frankly, heavily out-of-shape high school kid. In fact, his official title around school is literally the king of losers. He has zero athletic prowess, zero drive, and zero confidence, until one day his dad forces him to sit down and watch a soccer match on television. That single game sparks a literal fire inside his soul. Maru becomes entirely obsessed with the sport and sets a seemingly impossible goal. He's going to join the Haja High School soccer team and become an incredible player. But remember, he has zero experience. The manhwa is the ultimate story of building up yourself from the bottom, from the absolute rock bottom, hence the perfect title, The Build-Up. This brings us to our second point, and arguably the strongest pillar of the series, Maru Kang's development. In modern manhwa, we are incredibly spoiled by cheat codes. The main character gets a magical interface, wakes up with a superpower, or is a secret prodigy. Build-Up throws all of that out of the window. Maru's progression is slow, painful, and deeply realistic. When he trains, you feel the exhaustion. When he fails a basic drill in front of his team, you feel the embarrassment. But because his growth is rapid, for in pure sweat and grit, every single milestone he reaches feels earned. When Mario finally pulls off a successful play on the pitch, you won't just think, oh cool, panel. You will literally want to stand up and cheer for this kid because you watch him suffer through the groundwork required to pull it off. For our point 3 is that a sports story is only as good as the theme around the protagonist, and Build Up boasts a phenomenal supporting cast. Take the team captain, Soo Sung. He leads Haja High with an iron fist and has zero patience for anyone who doesn't give 100%. Then you have Seung Young, a flashy wealthy prodigy who serves as a massive contrast to Maru's humble beginnings. The author doesn't just use this character as background cheerleaders for Maru. Every single teammate has a distinct personality, separate motivations, and a brilliant personality arc. The locker room chemistry, the banter, and the shifting dynamics as they learn to trust each other elevate from this simple soccer comic to a beautiful story about brotherhood and shared ambition. Point 4, but a great team needs great obstacles, right? What blew me away about Build Up is how it handles its villains, or more accurately, its opposing rivals. In a lot of sports stories, the teams you play against are just arrogant, faceless obstacles meant to be crushed. Not here. The team's Haja High faces are packed with complex individuals. The authors gives these opposing players rich background stories that explain why they play with such desperation. You get to understand their pressure, their flaws, and their love for the game. What's even better, the story doesn't discard them after an arc ends. Opponents start out looking like arrogant villains, undergo their own redemption and maturity, turning into deeply respectable characters that you end up rooting for later in the series. And for our final point, let's talk about the raw tension, specifically the incredible rivalries and character dynamics. The standout element here is the sheer weight behind the history of these characters. Look at the dynamic involving the captain Soo Sung and his past rivals, especially players who have suffered devastating career-threatening injuries. I won't spoil them, but this one was the panel or the art that really captured my heart. The narrative explores the psychological trauma of an athlete who gave everything to the sport only for their body to break down, and how that impacts the people who had to leave them behind to keep playing. These aren't just petty rivalries built on "I'm better than you." They are built on history, regret, mutual respect, and the absolute burden of carrying the dreams of those who can no longer step onto the field. The emotional payoff during these specific matchups is nothing short of legendary. I guess that sums up our recommendation, and make sure to subscribe, to hit that notification bell, and to like the video for more manhwa recommendations. This is only episode 1, and tune in for episode 2.